Alright, so I just completed a roofing delivery. Customer didn't answer the phone, wasn't approved for an unintended drop, and fortunately there were some workers here that was able to get a hold of the homeowner. This has got to be, I don't know, top 5 of the tightest roads I've ever come down. I almost didn't come down it. I almost took the forklift off and drove down with the forklift because I wasn't even sure the address was down here. And I didn't film the part where I had to just Austin Powers it in the property to even get turned around to get aimed back out of here. If I had to back out of here, that would have been a whole nother fun story. But so anyways, completed the delivery, and now I'm gonna head back out. So I'm driving today the 10-wheeler International Class B. Got my differentials locked right now. It's pretty flat ground. I mean, it's hilly little road, but it's flat. Don't have to worry about the gearing. But I got all kinds of fun obstacles along the way here, trees and fences and boulders and whatnot. Problem was the street that I had to turn off of, it was a very tight turn, and if I would have parked out on that road, the truck would have been blocking all the other residents coming up and down that street. I don't even know how far away I would have had to park to even get the forklift off to even drive down this road. So I almost just turned around and returned it to the store because the customer wasn't answering, which, you know, I could have been rightly so in doing, because this is a little ridiculous. And I don't advise any of you new guys to even come down a road like this if you're not even sure if the address is there and you don't have enough experience driving one of these trucks so you kind of know what it can handle, because it could get to a point where you're like, okay, now I need to back up because if I go any farther, it's going to be bad. So this is just a lot of rock and a lot of fence line, like right against the truck here. But this is, at least it's not in the mountains, so it's not up and down so much. But it's just super tight. And then the other thing is, you know, these Class B trucks, they're meant for the off-roading gigs. You know, that's the reason we don't bring Class A's to these type of areas. I'm in Morongo Valley, which is between Palm Springs and Yucca Valley. It's on the middle of the mountain on the way up the Yucca Valley and Joshua Tree. But there's a reason the Class A's don't come up here. It's because of this. So the thing about these Class B's, you know, they can get a little more scraped up and stuff. Obviously you don't want that to happen, but you know, they understand we're going to be off-roading, brushing along trees and whatnot. Like right now I just brushed a tree on the right with the side mirror. But this is pretty tight and turny here. So for the new guys, I would advise, if you're gonna even try to attempt a delivery like this, just park the truck far away and then drive the MOFFETT down to even see if anybody's home. Now here's a street that I had to turn off of, which is tight in itself. So as you can see, as I make the turn here, this is a single lane road, and there's just houses up and down this road with one lane. So it reminds me of a road I drove in Hawaii, the road to Hana, where you had to pull over or back down if you ran into another car. And this was on the side of I guess it's a volcano. So this is one of those things where you got to decide between you and the car that's coming on with you, who's gonna pull over, who's gonna back up. This probably right here might not have been a bad spot, except the turnouts in the driveway, and Yeah, I mean, all these spots right here, they're all driveways. Maybe this spot on the left could have done it. Yeah. There would have been one spot right here. You could have stopped and then drove the MOFFETT the rest of the way. But that's what really stinks about these roads, man. It's no fun when people don't answer the phone and they live in places like this, you know. I think they have a little common courtesy to, like, at least respond to, you know, I send out the phone call plus a text message saying I'm on the way and hope to get some kind of response, you know. And that was a whole order of roofing, you know, four pallets of roofing there. That's not a cheap delivery. You think they'd be, you know, expecting a phone call, but, you know, what do you do? So, anyways, for the new guys, yeah, don't just drive down a road that looks like that if you're not even sure if the address is down there, and you're not even sure if you're going to be able to back out. That's the thing. If going forward's a whole nother thing. Backing out, you know, it's a little easier to get stuck. Especially, you know, sometimes we do in the Class A get in some areas where, you know, you're going to have to back out around corners and stuff. You know. Most likely it's going to be on streets and stuff. We try not to send the Class A as much as possible onto dirt roads. But, yeah. That's kind of how you handle this one, and I kind of lucked out that the customer was there, and then that was the only house on that road that actually had a front lot that I could actually turn around in. I could have got down to the end of that street and just had to do all that in reverse that I just did on video, which would have been not fun at all. But, you know, the other thing you can always do, you know, help yourself out a little bit, is take the MOFFETT off. If you need to be have a little more mobility, and then just put it back on after you're done, like I did when I had to turn around there in that lot. I did kind of a 4-point turn, and then I put the MOFFETT back on. Now see, I got a car coming on here that's already yielded to me, so I'm going to keep coming down. So that's the way it works here. Somebody yields, you wave to them, thank you. I was the one on the way up, I was yielding, the car's coming down. But there it is. Now I'm back onto civilization here. But anyways, that's a good example of a pretty tight off-road situation that you can get yourself in these Class B routes. Have a good one.